Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Hearts of Iron 4. This was scheduled to be Mountain Blade, so I am sorry for those of you who wanted to see that. I decided the last stream at the end of it that I was done with that Britannia game. It was getting kind of dull, just repeating the same thing over and over again. And because I don't know when the next update is going to be, I decided it wasn't worth starting the next game this evening, because I'm not going to be able to play tomorrow, because Hearts of Iron is actually scheduled for tomorrow. Thursday's my day off. Friday and Saturday, special things are happening, so I can't really guarantee we'll be playing then. I think the next game will be Friday evening, which by then, it's been 2 full weeks since the update was supposed to have released. So I'm very much hoping that they'll have one by then. And if they don't, then they're unlikely to release something over the weekend. We can then safely play over the weekend. So that is the situation at the moment for Bannerlord. I don't know when the update is going to release, but I did just basically decide not worth starting a new game when there's a very high chance it will just have to start again on the very next session. So we are instead going to continue Hearts of Iron. We have a game going as Australia, and I've decided we're going to continue that. So there. Okay, so what is going on in this game? It's been about a week? Yeah, it was last Wednesday that we were playing this. So, we are allied with the Dutch. Have we assigned troops to defend the Netherlands or the East Indies? No, but we are defending Malaysia. Malaya has actually become our vassal now. We are fully responsible for it, which rather nicely has given us another manpower pool, and we are drawing from it fairly heavily. We've also been developing our naval technology. We are also getting floating airfield right now, so going up in the fleet of being. We are mining. Right, that was our primary strategy. Mining the living daylights out of the Straits of Malacca. We do have some destroyers currently active in the English Channel. Why are we active in the English Channel? Or the Western Approaches, rather. I think this is primarily just to try and find some of the German submarines which have been intercepting our trade. Then our main capital ships and light cruisers, and our light cruisers are amazing, are here in the Tasman Sea. And then we have the HMAS Hobart, which is another light cruiser. Why are you separated? I am suspecting it's because you were training. But I don't know for sure. We'll go ahead and assign you to that fleet. I think that's going to be okay. Explain how friendly ships don't get blown up when going through mined waters, because they would have charts telling them where the mines are. Right, let's unpause. Iceland takes control of the foreign affairs. Huzzah for Iceland. We are not yet at war with Japan. Japan is going to be the big threat for us. We have already moved trade coming through Panama rather than around Africa, simply by shutting up the Iberian coast, so we're not trying to send as much trade through here. There is still some. Malacca will probably close up at some point in the future, but we don't need to just yet. And this should also help us protect Malaya. We do have soldiers here on the front line. We have troops over here in Borneo. We are not yet guarding the Netherlands. I think that's probably going to be the next thing for us to do. We're not yet training more Malay divisions. I thought we had a bunch of them. Or have I deployed them already? I've already deployed them. These are the guys who are defending against Siam. Hang on, do I have 2? Oh no, you're on garrison duty. Wait, where are you on garrison duty? You're not zooming to where these troops actually are. What am I missing? Why are my units... Okay, that was weird. Okay, so you are there. And you are, in fact, here, guarding Malaya. Okay, for some reason the troops were disappearing. Right, Malaya. How much manpower do you still have? 25,000. You have plenty. So we're going to queue up another set of these guys. Say 8. And we'll send those to the Dutch East India territories, at least Java and Sumatra. Borneo, we should be able to defend ourselves, and the other ones I don't care about as much, just because they'll be a real pain to hold on to. Although if we give the Japanese a naval base over here, then that's going to cause us potential issues. You want to send me guns, that's fine. Fine. No, I don't want to use all of my convoys on this. The ones who don't cost me very many, I will accept. 14's a bit too many. 43 convoys from Norway. Yeah, a bit too many, but thanks. Okay, so the Soviets have declared war on Finland. Oh no, Finland! Fishy is redeeming a drink tea. Oh, speaking of which, my notifications aren't up. I should probably see to that. You, and then you. There we go. Playboy Michael, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. And I redeemed a drink tea earlier on. Because apparently I can. Which amuses me. I have unlimited points, by the way. So I can redeem as many drink teas as I want. This might get dangerous. And then also fishy. So this one's for me. And then this one's for fishy. Lovely. Did I get a new Desolite? The skin's extra bright today. Yes. Although that's been probably 3 or 4 weeks. I think it's because Hearts of Iron, the camera is bigger than Mountain Blade, so it's more obvious, but I have this one. That's how it used to be. That's how it is now. Let's not spam the drink teas too much, guys. It's supposed to last me the entire stream. Passing time. 3 sips. 3 tiny sips. 1, 2, 3. And then Mr. Anon. Now we know who weighs so heavily on polls. That's a good question. No, I can't vote in my own polls. Because that would be so broken. Is one of the options good business? Okay, then it has 1,000,000 points somehow. Luigi bot. Alright, enough after this. Squash the squander bugs. That was the focus to give us more civilian production, which was here. Then we can get fight, work, or perish, which is even more consumer goods reduction. Or we can get the infrastructure, which then leads to the research collaboration. Requires all of the following: Australian arms production and fight, work, or perish. Does not require the Northern Railway. So I think we basically want to get these 3. This also requires 50 factories. We're at 32, so we're not going to be able to get that just yet. With our enemy posing an existential threat to the Dominion, Australians must make a choice. Will they fight? They will work, or they will perish. And that has also meant that our consumer goods now is 3%. And then once fight, work, or perish is done, it will be -2. So yes, we are one of the few nations that can make do with absolutely no consumer goods. You can just go for a refill. That takes time though. Got to reboil the kettle. Usually I give myself 15 minutes to prepare tea supplies before I stream. I don't have a kettle in my studio. I wish I did. Maybe that's an upgrade for the future. Right, have my destroyers arrived yet? Yes, they have. So they are currently based in Belfast. So we're going to say that your job is now convoy escort in that area. We're at 90% efficiency, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97. 97% efficiency, 98. It's pretty good. So we should get some experience, we should get that done. These are just tier 1 destroyers. Are we producing any other ships? No, because we're currently working on convoys, because we did churn our way through the majority of the convoys we had. Air power! Right. That was the other area where I'm going to be active. So currently we're fighting the Battle of Britain and winning it. Really, really easily. Because France has already fallen. Africa is raging at the moment. I have no intention of getting involved over here. I mean, we do have our close air support. Doesn't look like we need fighters. We could send some fighters to Malta. Do we have any surplus aircraft? We don't. Not at present. Yeah, we're currently helping out in the Battle of Britain over there. Okay, Lend-Leases are being cancelled, as we are now positive surplus in terms of guns, which also means that all of the Malayan units are being built. Naval invasion? Oh, Norway. Yes, I had forgotten that Norway was yet to come. The Soviets in Finland have signed a white peace. And Cuba wants to give me convoys. I mean, okay. So, what else do we need? We probably do eventually want to get close air support. The problem with close air support is it's not going to have any of the upgrades, not until 1940, because we actually started with the CA1 model already completed. We could research it. It is now 1940. So once field hospitals are done, I think that's what we're going to do. In the meantime, just keep pumping out. Actually, we can't afford that. More infantry equipment? Yes, because what we are doing is giving China guns. And we're giving China quite a few guns. And the intention there is we're basically using China to be just this giant roadblock against Japan. What kind of kettle do I have? One that heats water. It's metal. It has a heating thing in it. Lots of people giving us convoys. Lovely jubbly. Scout planes. Yes, that was the other thing I was going to research. That's true. Okay, floating airfield leads to that. So we really need to get ground battle fleet. Although it's not mission critical. Oh yes it is, it's mine laying efficiency. Yugoslavia has joined the Allies. Germany has declared war on Yugoslavia. Well, alright then. We can modify the government. That's going to be the very cheap... Oh no, we have two of them actually. Political power gain. I don't think I want that. We might eventually want elusive gentlemen, but right now I think we're okay. Is this a new save game? This is continuing from last Wednesday. Independence Day of Croatia has joined Germany and declared war on Yugoslavia. Ah, naval battle. That was probably submarines. 100% efficiency, there we go. And you lot are not getting any experience as yet. Although there are naval engagements. They are submarines that we're trying to hunt down. We're in the fight. We're here. We're sinking. Huzzah! Success. Sunk by the HMAS Vendetta, which I believe is one of ours. Her Majesty's Australian, or His Majesty's Australian ship. Our first kill. Huzzah! Holborg, thank you very much for the 4-month resubscription. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Hearts. Ah, nice. Thank you. What's our goal for this session? Survive. We're in the Allies. I mean, the Allies' goal is basically always survive. Rationing and recycling. Ah, this is production of aluminium and oil, both of which are resources we need, especially for aircraft. Then the Australia Defence requires both of these. We'll need to get the Volunteer Defence Force. This does not it requires us to be independent, which we're not. Okay, we can never get that. As much as I really want this, I think the recycling and rationing might actually be more useful. That's Singapore and Borneo defences. I think we're going to get this, because we really need that aluminium. Every resource matters. We will ration food for our citizens, recycle to get as much metal as we can from the worn-out goods, and promote economies throughout the country. And, now that the previous thing is done, consumer goods. 0. None. Nada. Zilch. Now, stability is low. And I would very much like stability to go up so that we can get some more factory outputs. Maybe we want to invest in improved worker conditions. I think that might actually be a positive step. There's the field hospitals. We were now going to research the 1940 close air support. We've already got all of these people in place. Excellent. Troops ready for deployment. Marvellous. Okay, so these guys were the ones who were going to defend Indonesia. Let's see how many that would actually require. Oh, only 5? Okay. Get you training. Now, here's a question. We have too many armies in the field. They're too many and too small. You're kind of important. You could be integrated as basically the defense force of this entire area. I think I like that idea. Wrong button. I meant that one. Requires 10 divisions. You've already got Malayan units. You are going to be training. So we just used some political power for no real reason, but that's okay. Why are you not training? Oh, I guess you can't because of the order I just gave. Whoops. Okay, aircraft. No, I'm going to research scout planes. I really feel like we need those. As much as I want to go further up the air doctrine, scout planes are kind of important. HMS Imperial. That wasn't us. Although there is another battle going on, we are present. So our destroyers are proving useful, and I wonder if we want to try and produce some more. Especially because we are actually struggling to get the efficiency up there. Norway, meanwhile, is getting heavily invaded. How is the Battle of Britain going? At the moment, pretty well. I think what I'm going to do is deploy you into the channel. Africa's slowly but surely going. We've got our war tunes playing right now. Right, so what do we want to build? Huzzah! Sir Ice Mage coming in with a 15-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that, Sir Ice Mage. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Monstraval. 7 Midford and Danny D.S. Smith Jr. Thank you very much for the follows. Welcome to the channel. Good to see so many of you here today. Hello. Right, what do I want to produce? Because we have loads of civilian factories. I think what we probably want are more naval bases. So let's put some naval bases over here. Naval dockyards, rather, not bases. We are upgrading Tasman right now. We can never get factories here, but we could get some more steel. No, you know what we want? We want to upgrade Singapore fully. And Borneo probably as well. So let's do that. And then Northern Territory so that we can get a bit more steel squeezed out. And then when we have the ability to create some more naval yards, we'll do so. Just get those to level 5. Just so they can build a little bit quicker, because there are some factory slots over here too. And then, in fact, once those are done, let's set those up too. Okay, that should keep us going quite nicely. We have 20 civilian factories working on this. Awesome. And we are productive. Yugoslavia has capitulated. Prince Paul has announced the Yugoslavian nation can no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying Croatian forces. AA in Singapore? Maybe. How many mines do we have? Almost 400. Carry on. Poor southern Norway. Getting absolutely blasted right now. In fact, let's rename these. So you're Papua. In fact, I think I might expand you to defend that too. Then this is Malay, our garrison. This is Indonesia. And this is Siam. Now, commanders. I don't think I have the right people assigned to the right positions here. So Northcott should really be the cavalry commander, which is you. Then Indonesia, I would arguably say, is our most important place. So Blamey or Winter, probably Winter, should be in charge of that. Then we'll put Blamey in charge of the Australian forces. And then the Siam border does need another decent defensive commander. Maybe Vasey? Where's Vasey right now? Oh, you're doing Malaya. Actually, that's kind of important too. Robertson. The Desert Fox of the Jungle. Yes. Okay, the second Vienna Award. A treaty signed at Vienna following the German arbitration that will see the northern Transylvania restored to Hungarian rule. The territory had previously been awarded to the Kingdom of Romania upon the conclusion of World War I, leading to a bitter dispute. Italy has called Hungary into the Italo-Danish War. Hungary has joined the Axis. You guys want to send me some more convoys, which I very much appreciate. Thank you kindly. Alright, Battle of Britain. I think that right now, defending southern England is more important, because that's where all of the factories are. They keep on shifting their planes around. Stop that! You know what? I'm going to split you. Put you in there. So we'll have 100 planes in each location. And that should be a pretty good garrison for our Air Force. Ah, meanwhile, the North Africa offensive is going. Excellent, excellent. 100% escort throughout the western approaches. You're welcome, Britain. And we're still building convoys. We're halfway through the number I wanted. We have 100. You know what? I'm going to say that will do. Let's go back to building cruisers. Now, do we want to build a more modern destroyer? I think eventually yes. But right now, let's get those cruisers done. Started watching Vikings and you look like King Horik. I need to remember which one Horik is. I was watching Vikings. I need to get back into that, actually. King Horik. Oh yeah, him. Yeah, I can see the resemblance. Kind of. And yeah, I was watching your conversation quite carefully, making sure it doesn't go anywhere bad. So, careful. I was watching. Whenever those topics come up, I'm always very careful. Okay, next up. We are... Yes. That's the point. We do need to get support equipment and motorized built. And I think the sooner we do that, the better. Unfortunately, it's going to use more of my aluminium supplies, but so it goes. So we'll have one factory in each of those. Air Force is still very much our main commitment at the moment. I think in terms of ground forces, we're basically where I want to be. Our main job is just to stop Indonesia falling so that the Dutch can move into Indonesia properly and really get their gears of war going. And how are they doing for that? That's the Dutch East Indies tree. Has it already got the industry done? I had forgotten that you have a separate one. Yeah, you have. So Indonesia is fully industrialized. So all the Dutch need to do now is move in. And they haven't even started. Come on! Curtail colonial autonomy and then continue the war in Batavia. It unlocks everything else. Although admittedly Waplicht is also important because you know what it leads to. Madman Helfrich. You know, like, crazy mode. It unlocks his full potential. Huzzah! He was being a pain in the ass in your Japan game earlier. Well, good. I'm very glad to hear that. That was kind of his job, and historically he was. He was a real problem to Japan. He basically fully blockaded them for a few weeks. Johan Neergaardsveld has announced that the Norwegian nation can no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying German forces, committing travesties throughout the country. The Norwegian government has gone into exile. The main forces have capitulated. Alright, so we've got rationing and recycling. So we now have access to oil and aluminium, so I no longer need to import that. That's going to be saving us some factories. Oil supplies I'm going to continue importing for the time being. Now, what do we want to work on? A new 3-skill general, Ivan McKay, will appear. Interesting. Recruit population factor increased. Logistics. RAAF. Research bonuses. Air doctrine. Years ahead on naval destroyers. Not mission critical. Fleet and being doctrine, convoy defense doctrine. Which will actually come in very helpful. Requires one of the following so we can get either and or. Submarine models. Ahead of time and destroyers. So we could potentially get tier 4 destroyers early if we get the scrap iron flotilla. Naval Auxiliary School, Division Defense and Corps. Coastal 4 construction is quite nice. Ahead of time on light cruisers and heavy cruisers, that would also be good. I think Northern Territory, we want that free infrastructure. Let's do that one. And then that is also going to allow me to drop the Northern Territories production by 2.